The thing is that much like the Bible, the code can be, sorry.
Oh, controversial. Come on.
I was gonna say it can be interpreted many ways.
Okay, all right. I knew that's where you're going, but I was like, okay.
Sorry, I can cut that out.
Oh, keep it in. Welcome to the Shingle Life. Here on YouTube, you can like or subscribe.
Or share.
Or comment. We're going to have some guests on the pod coming up shortly. So if you have any special requests, guys, as to who you would like to see on our podcast, whether that's an individual member of the team that we have mentioned, or, I don't know, an expert in something that you have further questions about, or even a topic, because we're getting kind of deep now every now and then into some deep stuff. So if the audience has some specific questions about roofing or siding or even gutters
or painting or masonry, actually not.
Don't ask us about masonry. Sorry. Yeah. So speaking of YouTube, since that's where we have our podcast, do you have any guilty pleasures or YouTube channels that you really enjoy watching?
Yeah, so I feel like I love Barstool content.
Okay, what does that mean?
You don't know what Barstool is? Barstool Sports. Okay, so I love Barstool content. It's like
she's like speaking a foreign language right now.
Okay, I'm really excited. It's like fratty college boy content.
What? Why do you like that?
I just love it. So there's one character on there that I just love so much. She's not a character. She's like an employee.
Okay.
Her name is Kate.
Kate.
I just love Kate's content.
Okay.
I follow her on Instagram. She has her own morning show now called Kate and Friends in the Morning.
Kate and Friends in the Morning.
Yeah. So it's on every Thursday, and I just really like Kate. But they have like trivia that I like to watch. It's called a rat race.
Wait. Let's go back to the trivia question. So is this like bar trivia?
Yeah, but they have teams. Like so Barstool is a company.
Wait, so you're watching teams of people who aren't actually drunk playing trivia?
Yes.
Okay.
And they do this thing called a rat race that I really like. They're doing a Love Island kind of situation that I'm really excited for. I just like Barstool content.
Okay.
I watch The Yak at least once a week.
Again, more words I don't know. So, all right. Well, I'm glad you enjoy that.
Yeah, it's my guilty pleasure.
Okay.
When in doubt, I will find some Barstool content to watch.
I watch far too much health and fitness.
Wow, these are opposite. Barstool yesterday got an ice cream machine, and they made a whole podcast about it.
I usually YouTube for two reasons. One is like, I don't want to like commit to a Netflix show. Like that's just too much, because a lot of times YouTube content is not gripping enough that like you can pause it and not worry about it.
Yeah.
Right. So that's one of the reasons I like to watch it, like just as like a lunch break situation, or I don't know, killing a little time.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of different people I'll watch in that regard. Mostly, like I said, health and fitness. I was telling you about the Tasting History podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which is, now that I'm talking about it, there's a lot of nerdy stuff that I watch, because I was about to be like, and I watch this girl who goes on cruises.
I don't just watch fratty boy.
Okay.
I also watch Alex Rodriguez, which is like a lifestyle vlog.
Okay.
I like her a lot.
Lifestyle vlogs, yes. I like some of those too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, Alexa, thank you.
Oh, you said Alexa, or you said
Alex.
Alex.
I said Alex.
Shh. Anyways. So, the other type of content I like to watch is informational, of course, because that's, YouTube, that's how it started. It was like a bunch of frat boy stuff and information. So I'm planning a trip to Luxembourg coming up. And so I watched some videos about people going to Luxembourg. There's not a lot of content on the country because it's pretty small. So most people didn't spend very much time there. And the thing about travel blogs is that some of the people traveling they maybe they shouldn't document their journeys. Kind of embarrassing when they mispronounce things or make up statistics like some guy was like Luxembourg is the second smallest country in Europe, which is not right.
Oh.
Anyways, doesn't matter. But I like to watch it for that kind of stuff too.
Yeah, so I don't know if you've noticed, but I sometimes forget to switch my YouTubes when I'm watching my lunchtime YouTubes.
What do you mean?
So like I have my own YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, no, you are always watching the Office one.
And I always forget, and I always watch the Office one, and I'll be like scrolling.
Yeah, no, I have noticed. I was like, oh, this is clearly now Jess's account.
It'll be like Roofing Cup Podcast, Taylor Swift.
Yes,
Barstool content. Alex.
Perfect. Well, our actual topic of today has nothing to do with YouTube.
No, but that's what we're watching on YouTube.
Our actual topic of the day is about permits and codes.
I'm really so excited to talk about this.
Yeah, because you have a lot of experience with this exact topic.
I do. I'm so excited to talk to you guys about permits and codes.
So let's start with codes. So what is the code, the building code?
The code. It's actually like a Bible.
Sure.
That is hard for me to explain, to verbalize. I know what it is. I know what the code is.
Well, originally it was a written document. You're right.
Yeah. And it's basically what we go by.
Yeah, as builders.
When we're installing a roof or
anything. Really.
Yeah. Like you name it, there's probably like you want to build it, there's probably a code for it.
Right.
It's basically a rule book.
Yeah.
That we have to follow in order for you to be able to continue to live in the plot property.
And what are the pros and cons of this Bible, this book?
The pros is that it helps theoretically keep the contractor
honest.
Honest. Keeps us all doing the same thing so that it's pretty uniform. You're not getting scammed over.
Well, it's regulation.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because if we didn't have a code book, then there'd be nothing to refer back to. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The thing is that much like the Bible, the code can be, sorry.
Oh, controversial. Come on.
I was going to say it can be interpreted many ways.
Okay. All right. I knew that's where you're going, but I was like, okay.
Sorry. You can cut that out.
Oh, keep it in.
But my point is that it can be interpreted many ways, meaning that I am going to interpret it one way, and the insurance adjuster is inevitably going to interpret it however they feel.
All right. So, true to a certain extent.
Yes. Not however they feel, but they're probably not going to agree when I say the code book says we have to replace this decking because it's not up to manufacturer guidelines.
Okay, but let's get into this.
Yeah.
Because what you're referring to is a very specific piece of the code from Indiana.
Yeah.
We cannot speak to other states.
Yes.
Because we do know that code is based off of your state, your municipality, your city, all these kinds of things. They have regulations on down the line. In the state of Indiana, they refer to your roof decking as needing to be, quote, solid. That is the word they use, whatever that means. You're right.
Interpretation.
But they also recently added a provision that says that you have to refer to the manufacturer's specs or the manufacturer's guidelines.
Yes.
Which are not as much up for interpretation because you can go directly to the manufacturer and they also have their own set of instructions. Mm-hmm. However, we have run into some interesting situations recently with insurance companies that are disregarding said provision. And what are they asking for, Jess?
I had lost my train of thought. Ask me again. What are they asking for, Jess?
What are they asking for, Jess?
They are asking for a letter from the building commissioner.
Which is an absolutely absurd request.
Which the building commissioner is not going to do.
Yeah, we've had multiple requests from insurance companies basically saying, I don't care what your code book says. even though that's what it says. And the city comes back and says, look at the code book. Mm-hmm. But they've asked us specifically, like, I need a letter from the city stating their exact specifications.
Yeah.
And none of those city commissioners have agreed. They've all been like, that's not what we do.
Mm-hmm. That's not my job.
Right.
Which it's not.
It's not.
And I mean, they're probably overseeing a ton of jobs, and they probably live in their truck and like
They
day to
live
day.
in their truck.
I mean, like
Poor city commissioner.
No, I mean, like Mike lives in his truck. You know, during day to day, like he's in his
all
truck
the time. Yeah. Okay.
So I mean, when are they going to write this?
Yeah.
And I think the insurance people know that.
Oh, they
not gonna
totally
do that.
know.
So,
That's why they're asking for such a crazy provision, is that they're trying to get out of having to pay for something that was a code upgrade.
yeah.
And they're making it as difficult as possible to get that code upgrade approved, which is quite sneaky.
Yeah.
But it's been happening more than I would like. It did not used to happen. I never had those requests in 2020, 2021, 2022 even. I think the first time it showed up was maybe like late 2023.
Yeah.
And then now we're seeing it like
All the time.
all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I used to low-key kind of enjoy dealing with insurance because it's kind of like a fight, but it's kind of exhausting now because they just fight me tooth and nail on
They're
everything.
fighting on every single tiny thing, and it's really, really annoying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the code book is there to protect you, the homeowner,
Right.
from chucks in a truck.
Oh, wait. Before we get past this, there was a very interesting comment from an insurance adjuster recently about the code. What did he have to say about it?
He said that the decking only needed to be 7/16 OSB on new builds. Is that
Okay.
right?
Well, what he said, you're correct. That's what
Yeah.
he said. But generally speaking, he was essentially saying that the code only applies to new construction.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely false.
Yeah.
That would imply that any modifications that a homeowner makes to their house, like,
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you don't have to use code at all, which is what would be the point then?
Yeah.
Of a building upgrade. So anyways, it was an absolutely crazy interpretation.
Which is just to add the cherry on top of that situation, I had to pull like a pretty extensive permit for that project. Mm-hmm. And I mean, like, what I'm trying to say is that I had to pull a permit as well as we had to make code upgrades. And then for you to tell me that it doesn't matter because it's a new build.
Yeah, because it's not a new build, I guess, is what you're saying. Yeah.
Sorry, because it's not a new build.
Do you need a snack?
No, I'm sorry. I'm
Okay,
trying.
all right. You need some water?
I'm just getting really excited. There's so much I want to say.
Okay, so speaking of permits,
Yeah.
these two topics are related. Mm-hmm. Because why?
Because
Sorry, I'm like a teacher over here. Like, what is the quiz is?
the quizzes. Code and permits go together because they kind of sometimes work hand in hand
Yeah, well, they're all done. They're all enforced
by the same municipalities.
Yeah.
So we recently had a big permitting project, which the home that we're working on is actually in a flood zone, which I'm sure you know much about.
Didn't we already talk about this?
We didn't talk about like the permitting process. We talked about your home being in a flood zone.
Anyways.
Anyway, the home is in a flood zone, and it's not only in a flood zone, it is in a special waterway.
What does that mean? You don't know?
No.
Okay.
No, I have no idea what it
It's a
is.
designation.
Yeah.
Also made by a
By-
municipality.
No, it was made by FEMA.
Oh, okay. So we're like high up there then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm currently working with FEMA
Wow.
to obtain a certificate of occupancy.
Aren't they talking about dismantling FEMA?
Yeah.
I mean, that would be kind of great for you.
I don't think it would.
Oh, no? Oh, okay.
No, because I think that they would still. I think that the governing body would still want a piece of paper from them, and I wouldn't be able to give it to them.
No, wouldn't that be horrible?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So I check the FEMA portal like every day to see if there's been any movement on all these documents that I had to submit to them.
So to give background on this particular project, like when did this person's house was in the path, we'll call it, of their neighbor's fire.
Yeah.
They didn't cause the fire. Their house caught on fire as a result of their neighbor's fire. And how many years has this been strung out as a result of all of these issues with permitting because of the special designations?
2 years.
Yeah, almost 2 years.
2 long years. Not just long for me either, and like permitting, like for the homeowner.
Yeah.
Like she's been displaced for 2 years, which is kind of insane.
And on top of that, right now, isn't it pretty much inhabitable? Like we've gotten into the stage where she could live in it?
Yeah, she could live in it, but I can't get a certificate of occupancy for her until I get this piece of paper from FEMA.
Oh my goodness.
That it says like, and we've brought in 3 different sets of engineers.
Wow.
Onto this project. Yeah. We had to have 2 engineers to make 2 different sets of drawings for me to submit to the board. The planning and commission or whatever, the planning board. And then I had to have another set of engineers come out and draw me some drawings for FEMA.
Let's talk about this board that you had to go in front of. I think this is a fun story.
Yeah.
So to begin, how much advance notice did you have to give this board that you were coming to speak at there?
No, so I had to... So first, I tried to just apply for a building permit.
That was step number 1.
Step number 1, I was just
immediately crushed.
Immediately, they were like, they laughed at me. They were like, no, we're not doing that. Then they directed me to the DNR.
Okay.
And I did a bunch of stuff for the DNR, and they were like, no. They also told me no.
Oh.
And they finally wrote me a letter that they were just like passing the case off. Like they were just like, do what you got to do kind of thing.
Okay.
So then I collect all this paperwork. I had to mail out 21 pieces of certified mail.
And they were very, very specific about
Very
this
specific.
mail.
I had to get the letter from the building commissioner, the planning commission, and I had to have that published in 2 news publications.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it had to go in 2 different newspapers, the Noblesville Gazette.
What?
And the Hamilton County newspaper.
That must be the entire purpose of the Noblesville Gazette.
Yes.
Publish permitting.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
right.
these 2 things, this public notice had to be published in 2 different newspapers.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then I had to mail it out to 21 different people.
Who are all the like nearby homeowners, right?
Ish, yeah.
Okay, because it's like home improvement, like your neighbors improving.
Since it's in a flood zone.
Yeah.
So they have to agree to let us do this building, to let us build in this flood zone. Or contest. They have the option to contest as well.
So if they say nothing, they're passively agreeing. Otherwise, they're going to...
Yeah.
Okay.
And I had to collect the little green tickets that come off of certified mail. And I had to turn all of those in.
Oh, my God.
But I didn't know that I had to, like, match them up to, like, where they came from.
Uh-huh.
So I turned them all in, and I was like, yes, I've done it. I've accomplished this thing. And then the very nice secretary calls me, and she was like, no, this needs to be matched up to, like, who is who. So then I had to do that. And then they were like, okay, we'll let you in front of the board.
Da, da, da.
And I was like, okay, I've done it. This is like the 5th time I've told myself I've done it.
Uh-huh.
I've completed this task. And so I go in front of the board.
Wait. Before you go in front of the board, I remember this. You were supposed to go in front of the board, and they didn't have enough business, and they didn't meet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no.
So they skipped 1 month because they
skipped
didn't
1
have
month.
enough business.
I went in front of 2 boards.
Oh.
So there was there was another one that I had to request a variance from.
Okay.
But I missed that meeting on accident.
Oh.
But they granted me the variance anyway.
Oh, good. Okay.
So it was fine.
They were a nice board.
Yeah, they were a nice board. They granted me the variance, so that gave me that was like the key to go in front of the other board, the big board, the building planning board.
But they needed
planning and zoning.
They needed 30 days exactly notice.
Mm-hmm.
And you had gotten this variance approval.
Yep.
What would be 29 days advance notice, and they skipped that's me. What happened. They were like, no, we can't meet with you. We need exactly 30 days notice. You found out that the meeting that they should have met with you at, but they didn't because you didn't give enough notice. They didn't even do because they didn't have enough business. That's what happened.
Yeah.
So you had to wait like pretty much 60 days.
I had to wait 60 days, and then their meeting was at like 7 p.m.
Right, it was after hours, so you're already...
So I had to come in after hours, drag Freddie to this meeting with the homeowner, and basically they just asked me these questions that could have been answered if they would have looked over the 52 pieces of paper I just sent into them.
Which also probably could have been answered in an email, right?
Yeah, but I had to stand there and answer all their questions, and then they granted me my second variance. And again, I said yes.
But this committee only had 2 pieces of business when you were there, right?
No, we were the only piece of business.
Right. So the first.
Oh, they were voting.
Yes. The committee had literally 2 pieces of business. One of them was your document only, which presumably means there was no one else there.
Yeah. No.
Oh my God. Okay. There was no one else there, and the only other piece of business was to vote on who was going to be the president of the committee.
Yeah.
And it went a little like, does Jess elect Brenna to be the president? And everybody said aye. And that was it.
It was.
So this lady had to wait an additional 60 days so this committee
could meet.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And so we could go in front of them and answer these questions.
And apparently it seems that they didn't even read your 52-page document, which is what they're supposed to need the 30 days to do.
No, there's no way they read this insane amount of documentation that I provided to them.
Yeah.
So I get this done and I think, okay, I have the permit. No, I do not have the permit.
What happens next?
So then I had to file for the actual building permit.
Oh my gosh, that was just to get to the point where you were allowed to file?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I called them and I was like, so what do I got to do to get this permit? Like, we're ready to go. I'm ready to start. And they were like, oh, we didn't give you a permit.
We just gave you the ability to ask for the permit.
That's literally what she said. We gave you the ability to apply for a permit.
Which took you a year.
Yeah.
Because of all of these things. Wow.
So I have to get 2 permits. I have to get a demo permit because we're tearing down a wall.
Which was a solution that was provided by yours truly.
Yes.
Actually.
So that we could take it back 8 inches.
Right. So the house was only 8 inches onto the floodplain and only 1 wall.
Yeah.
And so I was like, what if we just cut the 8 inches?
The options was that we could demo the house and lift it up 2 feet.
Yeah, which is like crazy.
We could move the house, the entire house.
Ridiculous.
Over 8 inches. Or we could remove that wall and she'd lose 8 inches of house.
Yeah.
So that was Brenna's idea, and that's what we did. We just chopped off 8 inches of our house. Yeah, so I had to apply for the building permit itself.
And that was a whole process.
That was a whole other process.
Yeah.
So I finally get the demo permit. Great. Which was so super silly, but we get the demo permit, we do the demoing, we pass inspection. Great. Then we get to the building permit. And there's just so many inspections.
What kind of inspections?
And only one inspector.
Oh, no. Okay.
I mean, there's a footing inspection. There's a rafter inspection. There's a roof inspection.
So theoretically, this dude is supposed to come out. Like, if we're heading along at a good clip, according to this project, he theoretically would be out every 1 to 2 days.
There was a time that he was there 3 days in a row inspecting 3 different things. Yeah, and I I don't even know where we are in the inspection, to be honest with you.
Well, but in all fairness, that's what brings it back to the codes, is that this guy is looking to verify that the portions that we have built are to the code.
Yeah.
Which, in all fairness, as we mentioned before, like, it is there for the homeowner's protection. Like, the inspector is a good person in that regard. For the contractor, they're kind of annoying because we're like, yeah, we're following the rules. But like, for the homeowner, you want the inspector.
I think it's great to have this fall safe. I think the issue for me is that it took 2 years of working on this, at least weekly, to get to a point where we could even touch this house.
Yeah.
In thousands of dollars in permitting and engineering and just time.
So what I'm hearing is this is excellent customer service on the part of Rojas Roofing.
Yes. Excellent customer service. But, and it was a real challenge. And I'm just really excited to get this homeowner back in her house.
Very, very close here.
Very close. We're close to getting it done. And I just hope Freddie doesn't sign up for another one.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, so that's my permitting story. Hopefully, I'm hoping to give you guys a good FEMA update here in like a week or two.
Yeah.
That we got that and we can get that certificate of occupancy. And
so I don't have any permitting stories that are nearly as riveting.
Which is so insane because you worked here like by yourself for so long.
No, I mean the majority. So again, this all goes back to your municipality. Like, there are roofing companies that have like a person that is running permits because it's that complicated.
Yeah.
In the state of Indiana, it is not complicated to build a roof permit wise.
Yeah.
So the only part that's annoying is that there's a ton of counties in Indiana for such a small state, and each county / each city potentially has its own rule regarding permitting.
And it's all these like teeny tiny little counties
yeah.
that like want you to have this really extensive permit, but they don't have an internet portal.
Oh yeah, that makes it easy.
They want you to print out this piece of paper, fill out the piece of paper, and like fax it to them.
Fax it to them?
Yeah, and they're like, well, we really prefer that you'd run it up here instead.
Run it up here?
Yeah.
We're just gonna drive 2 hours to your tiny little town.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, outside of that, like in our area, there's only about 3 cities that we regularly work with that have any amount of permitting and extensive permitting at all. And one of those is the city of Fishers, which we're going to do a quick call out for because their portal is very, very easy to use.
And it's so fast.
But it's probably just a money grab because they don't do anything with it. I mean, as far as I can tell. I mean, it's nice to have that logged. That is nice because we do get a lot of homeowners that have no idea how old their roof is.
Yeah.
Because, the last time it was replaced, like nobody documented when it was replaced. So I guess in that regard, the, $68 or whatever that we spend on the permit is nice for the homeowner because then it's like logged. But I mean, they literally don't do anything with it. They don't inspect. They're just like, cool, thanks for the money.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if they came up on us and like wanted to see a permit, we would have one.
Well,
so
yeah,
good,
right.
but.
Yeah. I mean, sure. You could get, there have been scenarios where like we forgot to post it and they have stopped us. We're like, oh, here it is. Like, whatever. But
well, like some counties have, this is kind of off topic, but like Speedway, they have a big yellow permit.
Oh, it's like really, really highly visible?
Yeah. They just sent me a picture of it and I just print it out because I don't.
They send you a picture of the permit?
Yeah, because I don't ever want to go pick it up.
Oh.
But either way, it's just a big yellow permit.
Okay.
But the Fishers one is just a white piece of paper.
Yeah.
So like it's not super like high vis or anything like that,
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess most municipalities have some provisions associated with framing or things like that. But just for a standard roof, you don't need to pull a permit. It doesn't cost a whole lot of money. I mean, we just described that the City of Fishers permit is $68-ish.
Yeah.
And like that's roughly the cost of most of the permitting outside of extensive stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are roofing contractors that like the permits are like $250. Yeah.
Yeah, the Nobles, the one I had to pull for that fire restoration, once I finally got to pull the permits, they were pretty steep.
Well, thanks for sharing your story on permitting there, Jess. That was very riveting.
Yeah, if you stuck along for that ramble, I appreciate you.
Well, we're excited because we are, as mentioned, we have a guest coming up on our next and 10th episode. So we'll see you in the episode 10
With our very special guest.